I want to see some of those. Nah, I don't know if I want to see them. Nah, I don't want to see y'all Thanksgiving meal.
I like the memes though. Every Thanksgiving they be like, "Don't
I
start
need
posting
ham,
the pictures."
lamb, bacon,
No,
potato.
because everybody's eating the same thing, which I agree. We're all eating the same thing, but
It's
it don't
culture.
all look the
It
same.
don't. It be looking like pig slop. It really be looking
That's
like
shady.
I'm telling the truth. I just told y'all earlier. I'm a direct communicator.
It's shady. That
Listen,
stuff be shady.
A lot of the food be looking like pig slop. It just don't look right. Welcome back to another episode of the Big Dog Talk Podcast. It's me, the one and only Big Charles.
And it's your girl, Big Shay. I didn't even know where to start because that was like a mixture of after dark, game show host, podcaster. Like you was just all over the place.
Did you hear the people cheering
I heard
for
the
me,
people
though?
in the background. I heard the people. I still hear the people right now because they cheering for me. You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? You hear that?
Well, it is like birthday month for you, so I'll give you that because you always
big birthday energy.
It is birthday month, so I'll give you that. I was gonna say you always trying to take the shine.
I'm gonna get that shine right now, my boy.
Some people gotta work for it, some people just get it. But yeah. No, I'm just joking.
Shady. What up though?
I haven't given you a compliment in a minute.
Oh, well, let me fix my twist braids. Let me make sure they're not standing up. What's up?
The lips are popping.
Yeah, you know, new lip season. It's time for me to switch it up a little bit. I love lipstick. So.
Do you have like a little like pink mascara as well in there or something on your face as well?
That's just my face.
So your lips look like I can see like the little coat of pink.
Oh yeah, I mixed a couple colors. Yeah, trying to create something.
And you didn't put anything on your like your cheekbones?
No.
I mean your whatever it is.
Like blush? No, there's no blush. Just mascara.
You look sexy though.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Better stop playing with me, Big Shay.
Oh Lord, what are we talking about today? I'll start.
I forgot we was
Goodness.
I forgot we were in your cup. It's all right.
It's empty.
All right.
It's empty.
Anyway, welcome back to the Big Dog Talk Podcast.
Where you thought we was at just now?
I forgot that we were podcasting. Listen. Big Charles needs you guys to run up the comments, run up the reviews. Go to any podcast platform.
Run it up.
And leave a comment, leave a 5-star rating, and share.
Don't walk, run.
Run.
Run and run it up. For real.
I forgot the honest.
I can tell you was like looking into my eyes. You were just like getting lost in the moment. Like they waiting on us. They waiting on us.
Call me a little pervert.
They waiting on us.
You call me a little pervert.
Like a little stalker. I got my personal stalker. Hey.
I'm in heat, baby.
We too old for this.
No, I'm not. No, I am not. I'm not.
I'm not doing this with you right now.
Okay, get back to podcast.
Yes. All right. Come on.
Why are you being so serious?
I'm not.
Okay, let's have a serious moment. I want to talk about something. You want to get serious? Okay. Can I talk about something?
Go ahead.
No, seriously. So they had this gentleman, right, that came up to me and said, I want to have it was a grown black man, African American, that came up to me and said, I want to have a transparent moment with you. And this gentleman, we've trained together.
Okay.
When I say trained together, we took a few classes together.
Right.
So he said, I want to have a transparent moment with you. And, it threw me off guard because I wasn't expecting it. He said, but I want to just be honest with you. Because of my own insecurities, because of my own lack of confidence, I've never liked you since the first day I met you.
Can I say a light cuss word?
Wait.
Damn.
He said, here it is, a black man that's more handsome than me. That's a great father. Your children represent you well. You're stronger than me. You're more athletic than me. He said, because of my own insecurities, and I'm working on that, I just felt like it was necessary for me to tell you that I didn't like you because of my own insecurities.
Wow.
I don't know this guy. We train together
Weekly though.
weekly.
You see him for
And
months,
yeah,
right?
for months.
Wow. Okay.
And he looked at me. He was like, no, I need to tell you this. I didn't like you for no reason. And I looked at him and I said, thank you for telling me that. Thank you for your honesty.
Mm-hmm.
I also said, but because of one confident person in the room on side of you, that shouldn't make you feel any less confident.
Right.
You have to walk in a room and own the room. If it's your room, it's your room.
Mm-hmm.
I said, two powerful people can stand on side of each other. I said, I don't care if you walk up and the president was there. You still walk there being your authentic self
Mm-hmm.
and own who you are.
Yep.
But on the flip side, well, I also said, you know what's crazy, bro? When we had our first conversation, I said, man, I like that man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very intelligent guy, very smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got home and I had to ponder on it and think about it, a lot of my relationships, and I don't want to make this about me, but a lot of my beefs when I was a kid, even as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of my relationships that are broken is because of a lack of confident men.
Yeah.
I don't belittle anyone. I encourage everyone.
Definitely always edifying and building
I
people up.
uplift everyone.
Yep.
But I always fall into it or get into it, or someone always not like me because of my confidence and a lack of theirs.
Right. Right.
And it just made me just go back to my childhood. It just made me think about like my fights I got into. I was always a good person, always nice to people, always looked out for people. But it always was a curve in there where someone else's insecurities, right, would cause them to want to have smoke with me.
Right.
You know,
But shout out to
that brother.
because even in his moment of like transparency with you, which I know that had to be hard, like he also gave you a lot of compliments, right? So because he wanted to come clean with you, he has a conscience, right? He does have some integrity. I'm just reading in between the lines.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that that vulnerable moment that he had with you helped to like catapult him to the next space and portal in his life, because that was a big deal. Like he could have just kept that energy and either started, acting funny with you or just harbored it inside of him and never really came face to face with you and communicated that.
Right.
So I think it really takes a big person that's looking for something. He's on a journey, on a quest for something in order to do something like that and say something, confront you like that.
But it just shout out to him. And you know what? And in that moment, I had to be the bigger person.
Absolutely.
In that moment, I had to but it threw me off. I'm like, every time I saw him, I gave him a compliment, shake his hand. What's up, brother? You know what I mean?
Like I just interpret that like it had really nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with you.
I get that.
But it had nothing to do with you.
I get that. And it just make me think about how many other hurt men.
It has nothing to do with you, and it's all about them.
That's falling out with other men because of their own insecurities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
it
was a good moment for him, but it was a sad reality.
Yeah.
For men.
Yeah.
And because that's truth. The truth is a lot of men walk around here with a lack of confidence. A lot of men walk around here feeling insecure, and that their insecurities causes them to funk with their brother on side of them that actually have nothing but love for them.
Right. Right.
And
not to like minimize the emphasis that you're placing on men, but I still feel like this whole example can easily be, taken on the female side as well. Because a lot of women, go around secretly, competing or secretly like jealous of other women, which really impacts being able to build like good, solid, vulnerable, transparent relationships and really build sisterhood.
Right.
And I think women are better at faking it until you make it. I
Mm.
do. I think we're better at faking it until you make it over men.
Hmm. See, but it makes me think of so. Okay, we just talking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you finished. You get say it, whatever it
No, no,
is.
no. It
Okay.
just make me think of because I'm used to like taking men in under my wings
Oh, well, okay.
and
My bad.
developing them,
My bad. I
right?
thought you were gonna say something else. I'm
No,
sorry about that.
I'm used to like taking men under my wings that didn't have a father, that didn't have anyone to teach them. I'm used to taking men in and developing them and doing what their daddy should have done with them.
Right. And these are grown men.
These are grown men.
Right.
Take them up under my wings, teach them certain things, teach them principles and morals and character,
Right.
you know. But what I realized though, men that grew up with like a male figure
Mm-hmm.
that instilled principles and morals and character in them,
Mm-hmm.
men that are confident,
Mm-hmm.
they don't. When I converse with them, it's no competition in the way where we're talking about each other. It's like a you make me better, I make you better.
What is it? Iron
It's
sharpen
like an iron
iron.
sharpening iron, you
Right.
know. And I realized that when I realized that I just decided because I was burnt so much. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to deal with these. I don't even want to self develop these men anymore. But it's making me want to go back into coaching though and developing men. That's why I started this podcast.
So here's the thing, Big Charles. Um,
But anyway,
no. We're gonna talk about it a little bit more if that's okay. Here's the thing though, when you are called to do something in life and you really feel that unction and that that's part of your purpose and your passion,
I
you're
do.
not going to always get the outcome from everybody. All you need is like
Right,
that one person to confirm with you that you're still on the right journey.
right,
Everybody is not in a space to receive what you have to put out there because they still haven't really dealt with the deepest parts of themselves,
right,
right? But for that person or those people to force you like to navigate and go left from what you really truly know that you're called to do.
right,
I think that you should definitely reconsider that.
right.
And even if you do it again and you get the same outcome, that's going just like you do with everything else.
I have a different strategy this
You're
time
going
though.
now. Well, I already knew you had already figured that part out, but you still might not ideally get the optimal result that you're looking for.
Right,
But that doesn't mean that here it go again, here go the same result. You just got to keep going because there's people out there that are connected to you and that need you.
right, right,
They're assigned to you on this journey and they need to hear from you. They need to be challenged by you. They need to be felt uncomfortable in order to become better.
right, right.
So,
All right. I don't want to turn this into.
yeah. But I just still think that encounter with that man,
I thought it
and
was dope.
I think it's pretty dope. And I think stuff like that is also helping you to navigate back to
Right,
that part of you
right.
because you're a person that can handle directness. So if he had to approach anybody with that kind of like
They
straightforward how I
wanted to
felt,
smoke.
it should have been you because that's just how you operate anyway.
I definitely could have gave him that smoke.
Yeah, but
But I
nah.
don't operate like that.
Uh-uh.
But I could have.
But you can handle it though.
I could handle it though.
Because you dish it out.
But I will say though, for me, it hurts emotionally sometimes, especially when I take people in under my wings and I develop a relationship with them,
Mm-hmm.
and then because of I understand it where okay, it's time for us to like part ways now, and you have to go learn somewhere else now.
Right.
I understand that, but as a person that was called to help develop men,
Mm-hmm.
and when the men that you help raise,
Mm-hmm.
and when you do the job that they daddy should have done,
Mm-hmm.
and they turn on you, it becomes you have a little emotional I don't know what the word
It's like a breakup.
it is.
Because there's
It
an
is.
emotional attachment to
Yeah.
that relationship and to really honestly and truly wanting to see that person
People-
grow and win.
I want to see everybody.
That's
win.
where it comes from. Like
Right.
you are genuinely like, I want to see you win.
Right.
And so then when you kind of feel that little bit of like agitation or pushback or the relationship, you could just kind of see in it, diminish. It's like a breakup.
But anyway, let's go.
Nah, break up.
Right. We broke up.
We broke. We had to break up.
Right.
All good though. It's all good.
Real bad.
That's all right though.
Anyway, what we talking about today? Because I just went
Yeah.
I just went through a little therapy session.
You know what? Good for you, Big Charles. I mean, here's the thing. To our people, our community that's listening and watching, you guys don't oftentimes hear or see Big Charles, share himself in that kind of vulnerable space.
Because
It's
my heart
always
is
me.
good. My heart is good.
But that's really who he is.
And I mean
so,
well for everyone. And I realized that we are not a culture anymore of direct communication.
mm-hmm.
And I'm a direct communicator. You
Yeah.
know, I don't beat around the bush.
No,
I
you
tell the
don't.
truth.
Yeah, you do.
I tell you where you slacking. I love you that much.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, what we talking about?
I mean, I thought we were supposed to be feeling kind of like warm and fuzzy today. Like just kind of in that,
What, can you get me back there?
warm and fuzzy space. And
Get me there.
we kind of want to do our little special, episode or holidays and things like that. But you just full on went into therapy mode. So here's the thing. Let's switch it up.
Tell me.
Let's, we don't want to do like a traditional what are you grateful for, episode. We want to kind of let's spin it a little bit. We've been there, done that. We kind of want to, tackle in a different way. So you told me that you wanted to know, you asked me a question like why do we celebrate holidays, or what's the impact, or what impact does celebrating holidays have like in our life or in my life?
I ask you, like, what does holidays and this season do for you?
Yes.
And I ask that because, we get fully dressed like we going to a ball or something. We get dressed up. We put on our best outfits and we going right downstairs.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. Like talking about holidays, it makes me feel very warm and fuzzy.
Okay.
It really brings me into like an internal, like intimate space.
Mhm.
So much comes with that. I mean, you are gonna find me in the kitchen, with the kids. Now, Autumn has been cooking with me, but now Chase has joined the crew, cooking, sharing my recipes with them, preparing like a meal with like so much love, which brings so much connectivity and intimacy in our home during that time. It's something that I'll definitely look forward to every single year. It's actually my favorite.
Right.
It's my favorite time of the year.
And I may throw a curveball in there. And although we know like the real reason of holiday and like the paganism that's behind it.
Yeah, but is that the real reason? See what I'm saying? Like you say, the real, for me, the real reason
For us that we
is
turned
what
it
we
into.
talking about, right? Not even necessarily the traditional approach to the holidays. The real reason is what we're talking about. Like we have such a life where we're very busy. We're two hardworking entrepreneurs. The kids are hardworking students. New graduate from college. So we are a very busy, organized family that keeps a lot on our plate. It's so much structure in our home. So we don't watch TV. The kids have a bedtime. Like everything is pretty much aligned in a routine.
Right.
And so the holidays really allow us to take deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
Connect with each other, talk, move slower, do family traditions, things that we like. Absolutely right. We are going to cook that dinner and then we are going to go upstairs, shower. We're going to come downstairs like we are having a gala at the house with the five of us. Shout out to the pandemic though,
right,
for helping to foster that part of it though, help elevate it.
It took it.
We're gonna set the table. We bringing out the good gold forks and spoons and knives and crystal glasses because it's an elevated experience that we create for ourselves.
I love it because when we sit, like we go through the routine of you cooking when you in the spirit of I want to cook,
baby.
It's such a good feeling.
Listen,
and the daughter and the youngest one, they come in the kitchen and help you. The Middle boy, he come and help prepare the table. I'm upstairs in my robe in the bed, just watching TV, and
Yep.
I get to like reminisce. I always like pray and be grateful, but also when we sit at the table, it allows me to look at my family as a man, and then it
Mm.
allows me just to sit and just. It's almost like I'm watching a movie
Yeah.
because my wife is happy, I'm happy, my children are happy, the spirit in the house is heavenly, and that was the spirit in the house is heavenly.
The smell
The
is like,
smell is like heavenly,
yes.
and it's just make everything worth it.
Yep.
In that moment, you get to because you look at kids, you look at like the essence of family, and you want to be able to come home to a family that's just beautiful.
Right.
Or you look at your kids and you while they're talking, we're conversing back and forth, and I'm like, wow, my hard work as a father and as a partner to my wife is paying off. We're
Right.
creating a family that our children don't have to heal from.
Right, right. And also what I absolutely love about what we're doing with the holidays in our family is that we're also creating something that can be passed down
Right.
generation to generation to generation,
Mm.
right? I don't care how old the kids are going to get, they're going to understand that we're having Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You guys are coming to the house, whoever your spouse is at the time, your partner, your life partner, whatever chosen as the person you want to do life with. We're coming over because
Right.
we want to also invite people into that space because it really is
It's
magical.
beautiful.
It's magical.
I just want all I need is when I get older, all I need is my what kind of chair is that? My relaxer. I need my
You like a
brown crown
recliner.
apple. I need my brown crown. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And possibly then I may try a cigar then.
Yeah, possibly.
Possibly.
Right.
But minimum the relaxer, and I just want to like smell the food and fuss at everybody.
Yeah. And get fussed at
Yeah, for not doing nothing.
for not doing nothing at all.
But it's a beautiful thing though.
It
I
really
do love
is.
it.
No, I love what we're creating. So let me ask you this though. Were you raised like what was your tradition, for holidays, Thanksgiving in particular, when you were growing up?
So, like for me, I'm the only child.
Right.
Me, my mother, and my father. It was always us.
Right.
Always us. Now, we celebrated every holiday.
Right.
Now, it wasn't traditional though.
Mm-hmm.
My mother will stay. I look forward to my mother staying up all night 2 days before like Thanksgiving, making the whole hood dressing. My mama was making the dressing for the hood.
The
My mama was
church.
making dressing for the
The
church.
school.
My mama making dressing for the school. Her cousin that she don't know. My mama making all the dressing. I'm talking about people lining up at our house at the door, standing in line with their tray. Yvette, you got some more dressing left? But anyway.
Can't even hold you. I didn't even like dressing until I tasted your mom's dress. So shout out. That dressing go crazy.
Moms get down though.
That dressing go crazy.
But back to our tradition though, like my mom always made sure, like for the holidays, she cooked, and I did love that.
Right.
But what we didn't do was, we didn't wait until like a certain time to eat and like eat together. And that's on my daddy. That's on my daddy. My daddy wasn't waiting on nobody. My daddy was a nuisance. You understand me? So as soon as my mama cooked something and she wasn't done with her other
Don't tell me
side
he's
dishes,
eating that.
my daddy would start eating. He's like, "What are
Oh.
we waiting for?"
The food.
And
to
I
be
learned
done.
that, and I learned that habit.
You were like that when I first met you.
And then we wasn't waiting till a certain time. If it was ready 9:00 in the morning, we eat at 9:00 in the morning.
And then what?
And then we go lay down
And eat again.
and then eat again. But we did celebrate it, and it still was intimate though.
Yes.
It still was intimate, and to this day, it's still, when I think about it, it was very nostalgic, and it was very family
Nostalgic.
oriented.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
It
what
still
about,
had a special vibe.
it still had a special vibe to it. It still
Yeah.
had a special vibe to it. And then, at the end of the day, like it was when I look at how we do it and how my parents did it. But yeah, it was good. It was a good vibe. How about you though?
So yeah, growing up, same thing. My home that I grew up in was not the house like where everybody came
Okay.
to, which is obviously like something that I would want to do, like have my home as the pinpoint home. But what was happening was like you said with mother-in-law, my great grandmother started preparing Thanksgiving like 3 days before. The pies, whatever could be prepped and, prepared early for Thanksgiving Day, she definitely started cooking 2, 3 days early.
Mhm.
But what would happen was her home was the pinpoint house, so we would really just be focused on putting on our best outfit.
Mm.
So getting dressed and, like, being super fashionable was, like, a big part of Thanksgiving and
Oh.
Easter and things like that growing up. So we went and got our hair done on the eve of Thanksgiving and it was pressed and it had the Shirley Temple curls and you had your outfit and it's cold in New York. So you had your big coat with your,
Right.
your hats to match. So a lot of like the prep with like getting dressed and going to whichever home was the location, it was a big deal because everybody was there.
Mm.
And the smell when you walked in, my great grandmother would have the table set. Everybody was dressed to the dang on T.
That makes sense. So that's why we got to dress up at home.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Everybody was
I
dressed to
wasn't
the
doing all.
T.
I wasn't going to nobody else's house. I was picky. I wasn't eating everybody's food. You know what I mean? Respect to my grandmother, but my grandmother down south, her food wasn't that good. You
See,
know what I
that we
mean?
went to the
Yeah,
house with
I will.
yeah.
Like my grandmother, my great grandmother, she made the best pecan pie. You know what I mean? That you can
Yeah.
ever imagine. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, but my mom was old school. She was raised like by her great
Right.
grandparents. You know what I mean?
Right.
So my mom is like the you know she
The
had
matriarch.
yeah.
She had that matriarch
So
spirit.
my mom was the cook.
She's cooking. That's what I was about
My
to say.
mom
She's
was the
cooking
cook.
everything.
Everybody was coming to my mom
Right.
for the food. So for me, I'm like,
You were there at
I'm
the
there
spot.
already. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat my food. I'm not getting dressed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat my food. I'm gonna eat, go lay down, possibly go by my homeboy, play the game in a room all
Yeah.
day. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it wasn't like I'm going and we wasn't going like by
Yeah. And you guys weren't, your home was the house. That's where the food
yeah.
was at.
But when I moved to California though, because my grandmother done that here in California, like everyone would come to her house
Okay.
when we celebrate that way.
Yeah.
So
So that's kind of, where I get that from. But for me, I'm building it up in our home with
yeah,
our generations that my house is going to be the house that you
right.
come to. And yes, you do have to get dressed up.
You
Don't
gotta
come
get
to the
fly.
holiday and excuse me, like you don't have to put on no shoes, but you got to put effort into your look and
Right.
come in
You
looking
got it.
good,
Well, we got that
ready to
sauce.
celebrate.
We
Celebrate with
saucy.
family.
We got that sauce.
Right. That's what we're initiating
We
with our
got that
legacy.
sauce, So you gotta come over. You can't come over here looking like you would say no regular smuggler.
You cannot,
You know
because
what
I
I'm
would
saying?
say something.
Like you gonna be that
I would
old
say
grandma.
so.
Like, child, you look a mess
So you
today.
didn't get dressed today?
Like, what are you doing? You know me. I'm like, boy, those parents are ugly.
I mean, who raised you?
Right. Who taught you how to dress?
They better not be my kids' and I'll be like, Charles Chase, come here. Don't do this again.
Okay, another question.
Okay.
What are you looking forward to for this holiday?
So for this holiday, I'm looking forward
I just thought about it. You better not say that.
I can't say it.
No, you can't do that.
More to come, to be continued. But you know what I'm looking forward to. But I'm also looking forward to, because just last year, me and the boys created a new tradition. So they have committed to annually going grocery shopping with me for Thanksgiving. And so they did it last year. And so they committed last year. They're going to do it every year. So I like that time with them because it's a process.
Right.
And that's the start of the process. And so that's kind of their job. Help me haul all that stuff in the house. And then baby girl gonna get up late looking for food, then help me start cooking. Me and Chase gonna be down there early. C4, I don't know what the dance trend is gonna be.
We definitely gonna dance. I'm looking forward for the TikTok dance of the siblings.
It's the TikTok. It's the annual TikTok dance with my kids that I absolutely love watching.
And us sitting around the table and saying what we're grateful for.
That's the part I'm most excited for.
That is the part.
I'm so excited for that. I am.
So, in closing,
In closing,
can you like tell us like what we're gonna eat this year, or you don't know yet?
I don't know, because sometimes I like to. Well, we definitely gonna
We
have
usually
the
don't do a lot of traditional stuff.
no
though.
for not for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
We
for
are
Christmas.
going to have the traditional. I don't do a lot of the traditional proteins because we got the pescatarians plus the meat eaters in
Okay.
our house. So, but you're definitely gonna get your mac and cheese, your collard greens, your yams. You're gonna get your honey baked ham, your turkey, your fried shrimp. You're gonna get your stuff. You're gonna get your stuff.
Well, there you have it. As long as you're in a good spirit, 'cause when
Oh
you're in a good
yeah.
spirit,
All hearts and mind will be clear.
when you're in a good spirit, that food be spiritual.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna need us a little charcuterie board because y'all be hungry. To the non-cooking people, it takes hours and days to make Thanksgiving. You come downstairs hungry.
Yeah.
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 Gotta make sure I have you some snacks on deck.
Right. But
Appetizers.
But anyway, man, y'all leave in the DMs what y'all have. I want to see some of those. Nah, I don't know if I want to see them. Nah, I don't want to see y'all Thanksgiving meal.
I like the memes though. Every Thanksgiving they be like, "Don't
I
start
eat
posting
ham,
the pictures."
lamb, bacon,
No,
potato.
because everybody's eating the same thing, which I agree. We're all eating the same thing, but it
It's
don't
culture.
all look the same.
It be looking like pig slop. It really be looking
That's
like
shady.
I'm telling the truth. I just told y'all earlier. I'm a direct communicator.
It's shady. That
Listen,
stuff be shady.
A lot of the food be looking like pig slop. It just don't look right.
Oh,
but
I'm most excited about cooking in my new stove.
anyway,
I'm getting
happy holidays, y'all.
I'm getting a new
We
stove.
love y'all.
I'm getting a new stove.
Oh, Lord Jesus.